Let's pull it down. And let's give a round of applause for those coming home. Friends, I think I'm looking at chat that we're good, okay. Fan one more time, let's get it cool down here. And then we'll go back to our regularly scheduled program. Everybody take care of your neighbor today. Friends, we have a lot at stake this year in this election. Because the problems facing us today can only be resolved by leaders who are willing to sit down at the table and, without compromising their core values, work out the disagreements to make sure we get